We'll watch.
Let's start out by focusing on the debt that's 4 times greater. 82 trillion is the total unfunded accrued liability of Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. You don't hear that. You hear the 19. Together, they're 101 trillion. That's 101 followed by a whole lot of zeros. Both of them, we need to try to reduce the rate at which they expand. I think it's fiscally impossible. I've done all kind of regression analyses that I learned at MBA school at Tulane. I've done all kind of numbers. Politics being what it is, I don't think you can eliminate them. In the 80s, when Reagan ran against Carter in 1980 and beat him on November 4th that year, there was talk about the debt, and the country couldn't sustain $1 trillion debt. We would be bought out by China. I don't know what would happen, but we were at 880 billion and approaching $1 trillion. Well, now we're at 19, approaching 20 trillion, and over 80 trillion in Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. So 100 trillion. What I would do about it, I would try to get real with the Balanced Budget Act that Congress passed. Congress is really good about passing acts and then absolving itself of any blame. When President Clinton vetoed what Bill Clinton called Fox in the Henhouse bill, 93, he actually vetoed a bill that allowed the auditing company to be the same as the management company. John's running a company, and he's the CEO, and you're the auditor, and you're independent. You're going to tell him independently, John, you can't do this. You're violating federal law, state law, or you need to pay this amount of tax. When y'all are together and you're beholden to him, you work for him, and he can fire your butt, well, that's what happened. Congress overrode Clinton's veto in a bipartisan fashion. Republicans and Democrats overrode and allowed the management company and the auditing company to be the same. I said then, Bill Clinton warned that, in a few years we're going to have disaster. And we had WorldCom, and we had Skilling and Fastow and Kenny Lay at Enron, and we had all kind of predictable political tragedies, just like safety tragedies with hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, fires. I would work to make sure that the Balanced Budget Act, I would try to make sure that the provisions are followed. They're very tricky about putting things off budget. And so we got a long way to go. I don't think either one can be eliminated. 100 trillion is a whole lot of money. But we need to work hard to reduce the rate at which they expand. Obviously, the nation has survived $1 trillion debt because here we are 36 years later, and we're way above $1 trillion, and we're all still in America, you know.